like to do now is briefly consider self-talk, okay? So, quick definitions for you. The key to cognitive control is self-talk. Anytime you think about something, you are in a sense talking to yourself. Okay? Then we look at in a little bit more detail. Self-talk can be defined as verbalizations or statements addressed to yourself, which you just said. They can be multi-dimensional in nature. They can have interpretive elements associated with the content of the statement. They can be somewhat dynamic. They can move around. They can be flexible. And they can serve at least two functions. They can be instructional and motivational for the athlete. That quote, a little bit long-winded, and that comes from Hardy 2005, okay? But things will be explained a little bit more simply as we go through. What I'd like you to do now for a task, think about a sport, think about a time in sport, I should say, where you've used self-talk. So, what did you say? When did you say it? And what did it influence in terms of your performance, or what happened in terms of outcomes in the game or event, okay? Take some time to do that, and we'll get back in a few minutes. Okay then, I wonder what you got there. The content of self-talk. Well, by nature, it's more positive than negative, as we've said. If you're going to take a penalty kick, it's going to be far better for you if you can say, yeah, I can score this. I beat this keeper before. He's going to go to the right. I'm going to put it to the left. I'm definitely going to get it. Or you could say, oh, I'm not too sure about this. What am I going to do? I'm not really... Yeah, be positive. That's going to help you so much more than the negative side of things, obviously, okay? How would you structure it then? Well, largely in the form of phrases. Things like, come on, get in there, press hard, we can get him. Let's go forward quickly. Let's be positive, okay? Use that structure, positive phrases, okay? Make sense? And we can use task instructions. We can be much more skill specific in this way. Can we get those tackles in lower, okay? Can we first to the ball? Can we be quicker? Can we pass the ball to feet quickly, lads? You see what I'm saying? More skill specific, more task specific. Less generalized. What about the application then of these different methods? If we look at cognitive restructuring techniques, okay, in terms of self-talk, what it's really intended to do is replace self-defeating thoughts with thoughts that will help optimal performance. I think that's obvious as we move through. So some examples of other things we could do. Thought stopping. This is a technique used to eliminate any undesirable thoughts by using some kind of trigger, okay? If something starts creeping in your head, maybe a nagging doubt, you might have missed the last penalty. You might be a keeper who didn't save the last penalty. You need some kind of trigger that stops you thinking about that and allows you to refocus. Cut out those negative thoughts. There's another method called countering. With countering, we use fact, we use reason, we use logic to counter or discredit any assumptions that lead to negative thinking, and to change negative to positive self-statements. So there we think very logically about things. Then there's reframing. What happens here is we can transform what at first appears to be a weakness or a difficulty into a strength by creating really an alternative frame of reference. We just look at things from a different perspective. Okay? Is it a challenge or is it an opportunity for me? That's what we need to do here. Okay? We can reframe things. So you might find yourself playing against a really strong team, and you might say, well, is this a challenge for me? Can I play well against a strong team and give myself a sort of good impression for the local coaches, or maybe there's a scout watching, and for my teammates? Or do I see this as a threat, as a worry for me? Oh, they're stronger than me, we're going to lose. It's how you look at things. It's your perspective, okay? Reframing can help this. Just to finish off then, we're going to look at a video, okay? It's a video about imagery in golf. Golf has a lot of sports psychology research attached to it. This will show the Petlep model, okay? Just a short video. Please take some time to have a look at this one. And again, thanks a lot for your efforts. Please, if you need to go back over any of the slides or back over any of the videos, do that. take your time and reflect on things and reevaluate what you've learned. But in the meantime, watch the video, and thanks again.